Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Yeah, last video you have already seen my live reaction to the source code release for Generals 0 Hour. I'm still the happiest man. It is remarkable. Hold on 1 second, I will be right back. Okay, we are back. Well, I'm also happy that I can now drop all the work for the Mac O reader and the code generator. We no longer need all that crap. That's amazing. It was giving me quite a headache to implement that stuff. But yeah, the Discord channel servers, they are very active right now. Everyone is blown away by the events unfolding. And yeah, Legionnaire made a video where he talked about patch. Yeah, so I think from my perspective, next steps are I need to discuss with the original Thyme developers what like the best strategy is, like where we put our repository, because ideally we want to have everyone contribute to the same, right? Or at least try. Like I guess there will be other people making their own repository, but then yeah, that's disconnected from us, right? So like we shouldn't like every single person makes their own version of it. That doesn't help. So we need to gather the people and contribute to one thing. My plans are pretty clear. Bug fixes, crash fixes, disconnect, network problems, mismatch fixes, performance improvements, optimizations, new features that are very much needed. Like for example, we need a content version hashes for network lobby. Some things are not hashed, like models, which could cause mismatches. That needs hashing. Like there needs to be more functionality for version control, that the lobby and the online lobby are aware about this. And very important is functionality to be able to discover and join versions that are incompatible with the currently launched version. So let's say you start 0 hour with patch 1.04 and you want to find, well, not 1.04, that doesn't work because that is the legacy one. Let's say you use a new client, 0 hour client, and then you can discover different kind of versions. You can discover mods. You can discover patch 1.05, the current new one. You can discover another community project. So, and then from the client, you can then join these with like some download in between. Like, so let's say you select a game and you don't have the files for it, then you would select it and it would download for you, and then you could join it, the server. I think that's the way to go, because there will be different kind of versions floating around. But I think it's important to be able to still be able to join all kinds of different versions within the ecosystem, right? So you could have like the original version, right? And then you join that. Or you say, okay, I want to play the upgraded version, improved version, right? And then I join that, right? I think that's a way to go forward, because then it allows everyone to still connect with everyone and play. And then maybe like the mods will also benefit from this strategy, because then, like, let's say there's a room with a shockwave or contra mod opened, right? And then someone says, oh yeah, why not, let me join there, just click on that room and everything is downloaded and installed and you're ready to go, can play right away. I think that's the way to go. Implementing this probably will be a bit difficult, But I think I very much want to have this. And yeah, for this we need a modified game client with all this functionality that supports doing that. We need then like a content delivery server that provides the data chunks necessary to get all the different kind of data, and then it needs to be community authored. Like someone needs to provide it, or I mean, ideally for the content delivery tool, what I had in mind is that it's a tool where everyone can add content to, right? So there's no like central authority that would administrate the stuff, but in my vision, the ideal solution is we have a tool which allows the user to load in configuration files that will then allow him to discover all sorts of community-made content, add-ons, maps, mods, anything really, right? And like anyone can add to this, right? And then there's like a configuration, and they put in whatever describes their add-on or their maps or so, their map pack, and not map pack, yeah. And then they share this file configuration with the peers, like here, download my file, and then it gives you access to all these things that I have, right? So something like this, and then you download this, you import this into the tool, and then you get access to all the stuff, and then it allows it to download and install. And that's a vision. And then obviously it would be great if this directly integrates with a game client as well, so the game client can also leverage and download stuff, content. But this is a big topic that will probably take a few months to implement. Yeah, but no rush. I think first steps are to figure out with the Thyme guys how we want to go from here. Obviously, we don't need to put any more time into Thyme development. That one is shelved now, obsoleted. All the work that went towards the game page, what is it? GitHub, Super Hackers, game page. So this one is all still good. This one is not obsoleted. All the work we have done here is still on track. There's still a lot of stuff to do. We still have so many issues, and also still a lot of pull requests or the local fixes. And I have still so many texture fixes. Oh my gosh, the beautiful texture fixes. I really enjoy the texture fixing. There's just so much wrong, and it's kind of relaxing to do that. So I'm very happy to do this. And I think some of the improvements are really nice. 0 hour looks already a lot better with the patch, I would say. Not much, but it does look better. Yeah, there are some nice texture improvements. I think most of them are not even in main branch yet. They're just sitting here as pull requests, but that's okay. I mean, a lot of work went already in here. As you can see, 1,700 commits already. And the changelog is actually already pretty big. Here, you can take a look at this. All changes sorted by date. It's already quite a huge list, as you can see here. So what do we have? 924 major changes, of which 25 are performance related. Enhancements 124. Audio 128 things, art almost 200, and 130 controversial changes. It's a lot controversial. So we label everything that is affecting gameplay in a way that it's like changing how the game works towards the original game experience, mark it as controversial. So all these need heightened scrutiny. My plans for the controversial changes, gameplay changes, are so basically what is currently happening in core development phase is we just implement what we think could be right, could be beneficial, because there are a lot of learnings from the original game, like where okay, this is too strong, this is too weak. So for example, the sentry drone, USA sentry drone, is pretty useless. No one uses it anywhere. You never see it in a competitive game, right? So the natural thinking there is, okay, maybe it should be a bit better than the original, right? So, but it's still a controversial change, right? And I think the goal there in the end is that that in the content distribution tool, or more likely in the game itself as well, and now thanks to the source code will be possible, that there will be some kind of surveys, questions for the users, like when they play after a match session, that there will be like a question coming up, hey, how do you feel about this change, and then some way to answer this, and then that we get some community feedback as to like what works and what does not work, right, from existing changes or maybe future changes that are maybe on a roadmap, right, where we say, okay, maybe we want to change this. But right now, basically what we do, we brainstorm about the changes. Well, we did like, there has not been much progress recently, but yeah, basically try to figure out, okay, what are the best approaches here? How can we improve it? How can it be better? And then we try it out. Doesn't mean it's set in stone, right? So everything can still be changed. But yeah, anything that is bug is definite fix, right? So we have 464 bug fixes already. That's actually a lot. Or 464 bug fixes. That's a lot, yeah. So basically what happens is you have a lot of logical mistakes in the game scripts. There are these ini scripts. They're somewhere here in this folder, data ini. So these are the scripts that populate the game content, right? So they describe what the units do, the parameters, and it populates content and logic, right? How the logic really works internally is then done through the actual game code, which we now have the source code for. But yeah, there's a lot of bugs in these ini files, and most of these fixes relate to this. Yeah. So yeah, including some crash fixes. I think five or so crash fixes are through ini. Maybe more, I don't recall exactly. But yeah, there's some. Yeah, here, critical 5. I think these are all crashes. Yeah, 5 crash fixes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so the game patch project, that is not obsoleted, that will go on. But now we can also then integrate the code, right, into our build pipeline as well. And then these will bundle together. But I already made a video about like high-level plans, and nothing really has changed. What has changed now is that we don't need to reverse engineer towards thyme anymore, and so we cut many years of development time. So that is really good, right? We save a lot of time, and we can start right away now. With first, I think we need to get it to build locally. Then probably we probably want to have we should make an effort to make it compile on for x64 64-bit. I think that would be pretty good. It's probably not a straightforward port, because there will be things where pointers are pushed into 4-byte values, which are not pointer size, not 8-byte pointer size. So that will need scrutiny, but I think it will be possible to upgrade it with a little bit of care. And yeah, then once it's stable and running, then we can start fixing. Yeah, we already have a lot of reports and notes. So here in game patch, we have taken a lot of notes as to what needs to be changed in executable. So there's label, executable, and executable maybe. So we have 230 open tickets here with executable. So all these relate to game code. which cannot be fixed in the game page itself. But now with the code, we can fix all this. So there are things like oil refinery bonus does not stack. Paradrop infantry has wrong animation when dying, free falling above deep water. Network has minimum latency of 10 frames. So that can be probably lower to 0, maybe. Spawned units can be parked inside production facility. Yeah. Original map transfer implementation and loading screen has design disadvantages. Yeah. Edge scrolling does not work in window mode. Yeah. So basically a lot of bugs and designs and enhancements and yeah. So there's a lot of action items. We have a lot of nodes. Are the nodes that we have complete? Probably not. There probably will be more popping up, but I would say we have covered like the biggest things. The biggest things. Like we have observed some memory corruption here. Units getting stuck when entering a tunnel. Yeah. So there's some major. Okay, game crashes when moving units. Yeah, that sounds bad. Yeah. Good. There are a lot of criticals, especially in game code. There's a lot of critical bugs, and they can all be fixed now. This is remarkable. Okay, so yeah, basically, yeah, we need to set it up, get it running, and then go from there. Start fixing, optimizing. I was thinking maybe we should look a little bit around, just have a chill session here, and yeah, take a look at some things. We also have some spam here in the Discord. What does Legionnaire say? We can potentially ask the CNC Online guys if they can remove that requirement, right? To check for the version. I think they do not check version at all. I think so. I think the servers do not check version, but the game client checks version, of course, in the online lobby, right? So I think it will not be possible to join 1.04 games with a 1.05 client. I think that will not work, but it will work in network lobby because network lobby doesn't check version, which is handy now, but it's bad in principle because the bad thing is in network lobby, everyone can just join a room, yeah, despite being incompatible. Yeah, so you can have a shockwave player join a contra mod player, yeah, and they can start a match, but they will immediately mismatch because all the content will be wrong. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. Let me see here. It's the OG game and doesn't contain any of the changes made for the new patches. Oh, that's interesting. Huh, interesting. OG game doesn't contain any of the changes. A worker is a unit that is both a dozer and a supply truck. Holy F. Oh boy. Okay. Well, my work on thyme is done. I don't care for thyme. It's obsoleted. I don't care for BFME. That's what is it? I think he misspelled it, doesn't it? It's the Battle for Middle Earth. No, he spelled it correctly. Yeah, I don't care about those. I only care about 0 hour. I don't even care about generals really. 0 hour. That's where it's at. Generals, yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's a lot of activity here in the things here, in the channels. Frostbite killed it. It was impossible for them to coherently mangle the FPS engine into RTS. Yeah, it could be. I think Frostbite engine is made for first-person shooters, first and foremost. Yeah. Good. Yeah, let's take a look at the code a bit here to see like what is in here. Uh, okay, generals, generals MD. What is MD? So that must be 0 hour, right? But why is it called MD? Uh, hmm, hmm. Browser engine DLL, play Steam build here. Okay. Yeah, we have already seen a lot of tools. Let's look at what this is. Auto run. Ah, that's for the CD, so that it auto runs. Okay. There's also game text, yeah, because it reads the localization. Yeah, we don't really care about auto run because we don't plan to ship a CD. Babylon, what is that? Babylon. Babylon app. What is XLT? It's a raw binary file. Is there like a text file here? No. I don't know what it is. Res, Babylon, icon, bitmap. Doesn't show. Pause. These are just like, okay, so some tool. Verify text dialog. Verify text dialog. What does it do? I don't know. CLC diff. Okay. So let's check some differ. What does it do? Debug. Expander. Key value pair template expansion type. Huh? Okay. Key value pair. Read from file. Get string. I don't know what that is good for. Compress. Okay, compress. Compression manager, but original game. It does use compression. Yeah, for maps, I think. For maps, I think that's it. It only compresses maps, right? It doesn't compress the big files. Well, there's not much going on here. What is it compressing here? What? Doesn't matter. Debug window. What is that? Dialog window, debug window. GUI edit, okay, so that probably allows us to edit the WND files. Image packer. Image packer. Image packer. Okay. So it's like a custom image compression, I guess. Or not. Set ini create. Image packer. It could also be that it's a tool to put small images into a bigger image. Like, so let's say you have like many small GUI elements, for example. I think I can open here like some example. Go to projects. Yeah, projects, super hackers, game page. Game files. Let's go to, hold on. Generals files. All textures, art, textures, and actually, hold on. Data, English, art, textures. There we go. And yeah, something like this, where let's say you have, I don't know, I'm just speculating. So like this one looks really tightly packed, right? So maybe it's a tool where someone just creates a texture and then it automatically assembles your GUI like this, because doing this by hand is really awkward to do. Because if you then like say, okay, maybe I remove a bunch of things, but then yeah, it becomes very hard to like manually move these things again. So I wonder if this is generated. It could be. It could be. I think there's a good possibility that this is, the positioning is generated, and then out of this it will generate also the ini file to reference these things with names and positions. Yeah, it's just a theory. I'm not sure. Could be. There's a lot of functionality in here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, WinMain. Let's see what it does. Nothing. WinMain CPP. Let's see. Here. Memory manager, image packer. Yeah, okay, it just kicks it off. Texture page. Okay, let's look at the next thing. Launcher. Tools, launcher. Okay, that's just the installer, right? I guess. Yeah. It's probably an installer. Save this .gen. Yeah, this looks like the installer from CD. Map cache builder. Map cache builder. Yeah. I think the game client itself has also a cache builder. So it's also inside the game itself, inside the client. Because when you add custom maps, there will be a map cache created in the user folder in the maps, I think. So this always works. I don't know what the cache does exactly. I think what it does is it only needs to load this file to know where the maps are. Otherwise, it needs to walk the folder and try to find them, right? Walk through the folder and try find all the files. And the cache would say exactly what maps are there and what files, right? So let's disk access. I think that's what the map cache is for. Yeah. I mean, nowadays with SSD, I guess it should be done. No need to access the disk to test where files are. Yeah. NVSM. Okay, that's empty. Patch get. Patch get, that's a tool that downloads a new patch. So basically, I guess new players have never seen it. Back in the day when the GameSpy server still worked, wait, hold on. Patch get. Yeah, back in the day when the game, I'm actually not sure if I remember correctly, but I think the way it worked was you launch the game, you have version 1.0, yeah, first unpatched version. You click on online, and then it will ask you to download the new patch when there was one. And then you click on OK, then the game would close, and then the patcher would open, and that would patch your game. And then when it was done, then I think it was just done, and then you start the game, and then it's upgraded. I guess this is the thing. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that would be very reasonable. Wind blows. What is that? Wind blows. Let's look into wind blows. Wind blows. Why is it called like this? Scan for space character on command line. Patch grabber. Yeah. Download manager. What does this do? Let's see. Download file. Okay. Is done. Is okay. Was error. Q file for downloads. Man, they use the STD list way too much here. Okay, yeah. Particle editor. Nice. I've never actually used it, I think. I think I have seen it. I think community already had it. It's like a DLL that you put into your game and then put a command line argument and then you can use it in game somehow, but I've never seen it actually used. I never tried. When I edited particles, I always did it by hand, just into the particle system ini. And when you understand the parameters, so we can take a look at it. Visual Studio Code. Let's open folder, projects, the super hackers game patch, yeah. Select folder. And then we go to particle system. So basically the particle editor will generate this file, this ini file. That's why it looks so tidy and everything looks so organized in here. It's generated, but it always has the same parameters. And when you understand what these means, then you can totally modify any particle by hand in here. Like, I mean, obviously you need to like try a little bit and like test how it looks then in game, but it's totally possible. But I guess a particle editor makes it easier. Yeah, but I would have to test this, I guess. Yeah. Okay, there is WW3D, Max 2W3D. Okay, that's a Max plugin. That's great. That's great. There's a world builder tool. That's also great. Nice. Acid cull. Acid cull. What is that? Culling? Acid cull. Compared. If an identifier exists, it is removed. Okay. So it finds files that are binary identical and then it removes them. Okay. Okay, I see. I don't know why they would need a special tool for this. Sounds weird. Okay, build version updates. Build version updates. What is that? It's a very small program. Build version update. I don't understand. Version number class updater. Version number class updater. Huh? What for? In what? What version? Right version. What is this? Right version. Right version? And where's it written? It just prints it out into a file? Clobber the file. Huh? Why write it in a file? I don't understand. Version file. I don't know what that is. Mangler. What is that? Mangler. Mangler display help. Mangler config. Yeah, Mangler debug 1 Mangler. Okay, something with network. Okay, Mangler. Is this like a test tool to test network? Something network? What does it do? Mangler data. Package should consist of blah blah blah. Mangler tests. Logging. It's still not clear to me what that is for. Mangler IP. It's something with network. So here they create this Mangler data. Command 12, packet ID, food, magic, build packet. And then they write this UDP write, okay. Wait, and then they wait for some response. Okay. Huh. Maybe they tested some communication here. I don't know. Maybe they tested some peer-to-peer connection, communication, that this works correctly or something. I don't know. Mangler, WNet, WLib. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in there. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Matchbot. What is that thing? That sounds interesting. Matcher. What is that? Matcher class. Check matches. Handle disconnect. Okay, so it's something about matchmaking. Yeah, players are here. This room. Connect. Join. Yeah. Peers connected. Yeah. Maybe this matchbot works even like, let's say you start a client and then you start the matchbot tool. Maybe the matchbot can join an actual lobby, in a network lobby or so. I don't know. Maybe. That would be interesting. But how would it know? Title, secret key, profile ID, city key. Secret key, hacks, GM test, GM, game spy, nee. GM. Yeah, to me it looks like it's a tool to test networking. Like put a player in there, in the room. Yeah, maybe. Peer connect, authenticate CD. Maybe. The title room. Yeah, but it's a question if this still works. Maybe they used it early in development and now so many stuff changed that it no longer works. Texture compression. That's interesting. There's a CPP. Oh, it's a big file. Texture compression. TGA and DDS. Yeah, but for texture compression, I think we will keep using Crunch because it yields very good results. I think there's no need to change it really. But there must be some algorithm here, no? What do they use for compression? I don't see a compression algorithm. It just looks like it allows to give like the source and the target there. Maybe some options. But what kind of algorithm does it use? Texture compress. Maybe it uses a third-party tool here somewhere referenced. Here. Aha. Command line projects. So they have another tool, NVDXT. Aha. And then here, aha, okay. So this is how they generated. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this one has a requirement to some other tool. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So this tool is just a command line tool? Yeah, no. Win main. It's a command line tool, no? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Timing test. Timing test. Precision timer. Oh, wow. There's some assembler here. Oh, boy. Okay. Version updates. Version update. Didn't we already look at that? Or was it some other version update? I thought we looked already at something like that. Compress. Let's close the stuff here. Oh boy. Babylon. Version update. Build version update. Well, let's take a look. That one looks very similar to the build version update tool, doesn't it? Yeah. The same thing, maybe. Maybe. Version, that's we just looked. And WL, that's Westwood Online setup. Westwood Online, which was swapped out for GameSpy, right? So I wonder if this is still relevant. Setup generals. 2001. That was before the release. 2003, 2 years before. So maybe this was just an early thing that they used. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that the game actually uses this. It uses GameSpy instead. So I think this doesn't really do anything. Yeah. I think this is really remarkable. So we looked over all the tools, right? What do we have here? Main, win main, okay. That's the entry point. Yeah. Yeah, that's where it starts here. WND proc. And then we have libraries, include granny. What? What is granny? What is granny? Lib, base type, trick, MSS. Okay, some stuff is empty here. Lib, git ignore, source. Oh. Benchmark. Okay. Compression. Okay, that's the game compression. Yeah, okay, that's good. DX90 SDK. That can be. This game uses DirectX 8. So I don't know what this is supposed to do here. EA browser dispatch. I don't know what that is. GameSpy. Okay, that's a GameSpy client. It's empty. STL port empty. But we can take this from thyme. WP audio, that's here. Okay, so some third-party library stuff is missing. WW Vegas, that should be all EAs, so it's all here. Yeah, okay. Miles, oh, that's empty though. Yeah, yeah, some stuff had to be stripped. Anything that's third party and doesn't belong to EA, that is stripped from this build. So we need to stub it before we can successfully build it. So the expectation is right now, as is, this will not build out of the box. So we need to fix it up first to get it to compile. That will be the first task. And I think Omniblade is very good at this. So he already signaled that he will jump on this stuff. And yeah, it's not my expertise, like getting things to build, but I'm very good at fixing game. So yeah, I'm the man for that. I'm not the man for building and trying to get it to compile and filling in the blanks here. That's not my expertise. But yeah, anything game related, that's exactly my expertise. Yeah. Anything game code related. Yeah. Well, not everything. I mean, there's things that I'm also not so good at. Like, I would say 3D math. I need more than a minute to figure things out, but typically I can't figure them out if I just think hard enough and look around and debug and study it. But yeah, it's a bit harder for me because my brain doesn't have the capacity for the 3D math. But typically I manage. So yeah, like I mean, vector math is typically pretty easy. But yeah, when you have to, I mean, rotating with quaternions or matrices is also not too bad. But yeah, sometimes you have to think like, okay, what does this actually do? What is, yeah. I mean, it depends on like how easy it is programmed as well. Like sometimes you have like these dense mass statements where just so many things happen in one line, and then you're like, what is going on here? But if it's like nicely broken down into smaller steps with like variable names, then it's easier to understand what is going on. So it's also a matter of like, okay, how easy did the author make it so we can understand it, or is it like really complicated? All right. Max 4 SDK, that's empty. Yeah. Okay, so a bunch of stuff empty here. This is all libraries, source and includes. Yeah. Okay, so some things are missing here, but yeah, as long as everything is here in game engine, then it's all good. What is device? Game engine device? Huh. What is that? Why is there a device? I don't know. Oh. Okay. Miles. So this is for audio. This is for video. This is for 3D. Insert to device. Okay. So I guess this is all stuff that interacts with the hardware. Maybe that's the logic here. Stuff that interacts with the hardware is in here. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, let's look into here. I don't like that they split it include and source. I mean, it's not a problem for us in the end, but I don't like this. Like, it makes no sense. The header files, they can sit next to the CPP files. Like, why make the split? It's weird. Yeah, all the headers are here. That looks very good. Very, very good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Where are we? Game engine. Source files. What is precompiled? Pre-RTS. What is that? It's empty. Okay. Is there something in the includes? Yeah. Pre-RTS? Precompiled? This file contains all the header files that shouldn't change frequently. Be careful what you stick in here, because putting files that change often in here will tend to cheese people's codes. So it's precompiled header file, so to say. So for compile time optimization, I guess that was here the goal. Yeah. Game network. Oh, the culprit. The culprit. Okay, so this is games by net command. Oh, net command list, net packet. This is all the network stuff down here. UDP. Yeah, this is where the action is. It would be really interesting to see how the network stuff exactly works. And it also will be interesting to see how to debug this. I guess you can always log out the CRCs, the hashes of all players, I guess. I wonder if there's like some debug tools in the code that allow you to inspect this or debug this or output some logging, additional logging. There must be something. I mean, they must have tried to test and find issues as well, right? Yeah, so there's probably something in here. Yeah, game spy. Okay, so this is game specific code to facilitate game spy functionality. Yeah, this is really nice. Game logic. That's yeah, all the stuff that is used by the ini files referenced, turret AI, weapon stuff, scripts, and so on. Yeah. And game client, that is here all the menus. Yeah. Objects, font, window, yeah, hotkeys, keyboard, yeah, some utilities, shadows, water. So it's like general things. Yeah. And common, that is audio, archive file system, bit flags, CD manager, data chunk, critical section, that's logs for multi-threading, audio engine, load, state, sound, speech, ini files, mission stats, yeah, it's all in here. It's all there. Xfer, that's for serialization. Yeah, that's amazing. This is amazing. Code. It's all here. And then the same for generals, but we don't care. We only want the 0. Well, I'm interested in 0. I never actually played generals. I mean, I launched it to test Gentoo stuff, right? Because I made it compatible with Gentoo upon request, but I never actually played it really. So always 0 hour. Yeah. Okay, I think this looks very good. It's all here. Let's see what spam we get here. Oh, IPv6, that's exactly right. We need to add that as well. IPv6, that's very much needed, yeah. Yeah, here I made a comment. Where is it? Yeah. So the problem right now is that all floodgates are open to build cheats, right? Because you can now build a one-to-one client that is compatible, multiplayer compatible with the original game. If we would have built thyme to 100% complete, this would not have happened. But with the original game code, you can build a local copy that is multiplayer compatible, and that means you can build all sorts of cheats, right? So that is the only downside right now. We need to develop strategies um, to to we need to develop a strategy that prevents cheating with open source game. There probably are ways. I mean, the good thing is this peer-to-peer is pretty pedantic, right? So how do I say? It should be possible that we can somehow say only this client that was built at this time is compatible with this other client that is built at this time. So the clients that want to match with each other and play, they need to be binary compatible. I don't know yet how we can implement this, but there are probably ways to make it really hard for an attacker to spoof this. So there needs to be some mutation in the network code or something, some sort of thing that is mutated on every compilation, and so that only this particular client can talk with the other client in a match session. I mean, all clients should be able to talk in the lobbies, right, and see each other there. But when it comes to like playing the match, only compatible clients should be able to do this. And so that when you switch a version to like a mod or a new patch or something, that you have this specific client that is compatible with the other one, right? And hopefully something along these lines, and then we can like avoid cheats, because then the attacker would need to target the specific binary and try to make them compatible by hacking the assembly. But yeah, maybe we can make it in a way that it's too difficult to do this. I mean, there probably still would be ways to attack this, but I don't know. There's probably some solution that is good enough. Yeah, we will see. It certainly is a big topic. I mean, at the end of the day, there will always be ways that someone can cheat. But yeah, I think we figure out something. I hope that people come together and all contribute, and everyone, tries to provide the support that they can. I certainly will. I'm very happy, and like, yeah, as I said, many years of thyme development have been saved here. I always said since like 3 years now that thyme was the most important project, but now the release of the source code was the most important event and the biggest event for this game. And I think everyone realizes this. What I see here is everyone realizes that this is the biggest deal. I mean, right now, no one benefits really from it, right? Because like we're not there yet, right? We can't even compile it. But yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I will not check the private messages yet. Yeah, so yeah, I think I will take a break here. I hope that I can figure out soon with the thyme guys where we put the fork that we then build on top of. We need to put it somewhere. I expect that we put it into the assembly armada. Otherwise, I would also be happy to put it into the super hackers repository group. And yeah, I need write access. I cannot wait 100 days, 200 days, 300 days for someone to review my code. I need to work fast. I review my own code very diligently, generally. If someone wants to review my code, yes, please. It's always good, anyone looking over stuff. But so far, my experience with Thyme development is that it took too long for someone to review my code. Like no one ever reviewed my game text compiler to begin with. That's just sitting there in some of my branches. Yeah, that's so nothing. The problem is if you don't have people who review, then nothing would move. So then, yeah, if you're the only developer, then yeah, you need to be able to commit without reviews. But yeah, obviously it's better if someone reviews the code, and it increases the quality, right? Because it's always possible to make mistakes. Yeah. But yeah, the best defense against mistakes is testing. Just test, 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 test. Okay. Yeah, probably we'll talk more about things next days. Once I have more information. I think next session we can download the code, and yeah, we won't be able to compile it when the stubs are not in place and things are missing. The dependencies are missing. I think there's a note about this. Let me see. Let's see what it says. If you wish to rebuild the source code and tools successfully, you will need to find or write new replacements or remove the code using them entirely for the following libraries. DirectX SDK. Why is it say version 9.0? Because DirectX SDK 9.0 contains DirectX 8. That's why. Yeah, I actually do have this SDK. DirectX, no, Microsoft. Here, I have it here. DirectX 9.0 summer 2004, which is maybe newer than the one here, but the game was released end of 2004, October or so. So this falls right into this, and I mean, Gentoo is built on top of this one, 9.0 2004, and yeah, I expect that this also works with this one. STL port we have from Thyme, 3ds Max 4 SDK. Okay, I don't think that's necessary for the client to build. NVSM, that's for tools. Wait, is this required? Max 4 SDK, because it's in libraries. Huh. Okay, so this is for tools. I guess it's NVIDIA, ASM, Bytemark, Benchmark. I think we don't need that. Red Miles sound system. I think Thyme has this figured out, and there we simply use the original MSS DLL, and that works, I think. Same with Bing. Safe disk we don't need. My sound system, I guess that's also the same thing as the other one. GameSpy SDK. My expectation is that we will simply use an open source game server. Strip the GameSpy SDK, replace it with a new game server client, and then we can host our own new game server. Obviously, we need to then build, cater the game towards the new server client and set up all the hooks and all the links to like the chat and all the stuff, and matchmaking and all this. But it should be possible because I expect that the open source servers, they provide the same functionality that GameSpy did, and probably even more for modern game needs. But yeah, we would all, for starters, we would only need to cover what GameSpy covered. So that is login, lobby, matchmaking, friends, chat, Maybe the quick match stuff. Yeah. And I think that's about it. Ignore list, buddy list. Yeah. It didn't have more really. Yeah, and with this you can then cover like the legacy functionality for the lobby, and then if we ever needed more, then we could all add it afterwards. Yeah. Zlib. Okay, that should be free. LZH Lite. I don't know about this one. Compiling. To use compiled, you must own the game. We have the game. I have CD, I have DVD, I have Steam, Origin, I have everything. The quickest way to build Microsoft Visual Studio, recommend from binary matching to general's patch. Yeah, binary matching. Yeah, that's a problem. Select build. Okay, rebuild all. Compile on a modern version. You can convert the legacy project file to a modern. Yeah, and then opening the newly created Visual Studio.net, and then opening the newly created project and solution file MSVC 2015 or newer. Okay, I think we should have CMake for this and then just set it up anew, I guess. Yeah. Modern version MSVC enforces newer versions of the C++ standard. You will need to make extensive changes to the code base before it successfully compiles. Is that true? Because I'm not sure if that is so true that you need extensive changes. There are probably some things, but extensive, I wouldn't agree, because the new C++ versions, they are always backwards compatible towards the previous ones, right? So C++ 98 and then to 03, it wouldn't have it shouldn't have broken anything. So 98 would compile in 03, and then likewise going to 08 and going to what was the next one, 11. Oh no, 08 wasn't a thing. So it's C++ 98, C++ 03, C++ 11, so there was a long period, and then 14, 17, and so on. But my expectation is that, like, getting it to C++ 11, for example, would work for the most part. And I mean, I would like to see it on C++ 17, at least, because it gives you nice features, nice language features, which are good. But yeah, but then there's no way back, right? But I mean, that's fine. Like, we don't have to actually, no, C++ is fine, but we cannot, but maybe we shouldn't target, no, what I'm saying. The good thing is right now, the original game is compatible with Windows XP. So if we update the tooling, it would be great to maybe say, hey, we want to upgrade the C++ version, so use modern compiler and everything, but we don't want to upgrade the Windows version that this targets. So it should still compile against Windows XP. That I think would be useful, because keeping the game compatible with Windows XP, there's something about it to not break that compatibility, right? I would be for it. I would be for it. Even if no one really plays on Windows XP anymore. But from my own experience, I can tell you, when Gentool was not working on Windows XP because I had broken something, because I don't test on Windows XP anymore. I developed on Windows 10. When I broke it, I still got messages from users, hey, it doesn't work on Windows XP. Right? So there is the occasional user who runs it on Windows XP, just maybe in a virtual machine, maybe just for fun, I don't know. But yeah, this game was made for Windows XP, so might as well just keep it compatible with that, right? Even more if you plan on compiling, yeah. When the workspace has finished building, the compiled binaries will be copied to the folder run. Known issues. Windows has a policy where executables that contain words version update or install, and the file name will require UAC elevation to run. This will affect version update, build version updates project from running. Okay, rename the output binary name for these projects to not include these words should resolve. Okay. SDL ports. SDL port diff has been provided for you so you can review and apply these changes. STL port diff. Let me see, what is that? So there were custom changes made. I appreciate that this has been documented. That's very nice. This repository will not be accepting contributions. Makes sense. If you wish to create changes and encourage collaboration, please create a fork of the repository under your GitHub organization. That's amazing. It is amazing. It already got 385 stars. Yeah. Thyme still has more. I think Thyme is 600 or so. But yeah, this one will star hard. It will. Yeah. Okay, I'm very happy. Yeah, so we took a little bit of a look. It was only 1 hour. It felt like I was looking at it for 2 hours. Yeah, but it was just amazing. Yeah. Also, the other games have been open sourced. Yeah. So this one has been open sourced for a while already, which I always considered to be pretty epic. That this one, the CNC Remaster Collection, which is for some older Command Conquer games, which I'm not interested in. But yeah, I found this really remarkable that they open sourced this, and now they open source General Zero Hour, Renegade, Red Alert, Tiberian Dawn, and something else here. Oh, Red Alert's got more stars than General Zero Hour. Guys, you need to star here, the Zero Hour. It needs to win. Oh, man. EA copy, RoboCopy alternative. What is this? EA copy. Okay. Okay, looks like OmniBlade is already working on making this compile. In OmniBlade we trust. Yeah. Can use stubs like Thyme does to link miles and Bing, but only for 32-bit builds. Porting to 64 will need them replacing. Okay, makes sense, yeah. Listing the dependency is the most EA can do on those matters, yeah. Most of these things are reserved in Thyme already for that matter, yeah. We aren't getting any of that from EA. Yeah, can't share it. Nor can anyone in community. Yes, HyperGym anyone I create. Only GameSpy is a problematic one. GS was open source, but that is well ahead of the version used in RenZH. Nothing unsolvable. Yeah, I'm not so concerned. But yeah, it's a matter of compiling it, I guess. Otherwise, maybe just compile it out for starters. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will take a break now. I'm very happy. Will be interesting next days and months and years. I mean, it's a lot of work to get this to to yeah, do the things that we want to do. There's a lot we need to do. Um, I I would imagine that most people don't realize like how much we can actually do and want to do, right? I mean, well, I guess everyone has an understanding that we can like fix everything, but like what we want to achieve, I think is pretty big. And I'm not saying, there's probably even more than I would imagine doing. Like, I'm not so much interested in like adding amazing new graphics or anything like that. Like, I'm not particularly interested in that. So, I mean, look wise, I think a game is fine, but I guess if someone wants to have like wants to build improvements into that direction, which are optional, then I guess it's also nice. But yeah, for me, it's mostly about the functionality, the multiplayer experience. Um, yeah, getting rid of all the bugs, of course, and yeah, we need a bunch of features, improvements. Um, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do, but it's okay. We can go step by step, slowly. I will, of course, keep making videos on the things I do. Um, yeah, I hope Omniblade can get it to compile. um, yeah, I would like to. I would like to. Yeah, we will see. Good. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're also as excited as I am. Um, but yeah, we need to. We now need to start working, not just talk. We need to work on it, right? Good thing is that all the all the all the stuff in general's game page, that is still all very relevant. Nothing here is obsoleted. And yeah, the end product. So the end product from my side will be this plus whatever we do with the game code bundled together, right? So that will be one big patch. And yeah, then we need to build like the content distribution tool, the game server, and other things all around it. And then hopefully it will be an epic experience. One day, yeah. Um, yeah. I think there's nothing that prevents us from building this thing now. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, so my expectation is that there probably will be many forks of the source code for mods and so on. And yeah, I hope everyone will have a good time. But yeah, I think we need to first get it to compile and work in principle. So Omniblade is a man, and then yeah, and then we go from there. Good. Yeah. Then next session we'll continue looking. Try to set it up. I think I have Visual Studio 2006 somewhere. No, what is it? 2003? Visual Studio 6. Visual Studio 6. I don't know. We have to see. I thought I have it, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Otherwise, maybe we find it. Yeah. Maybe it doesn't even work on Windows 10. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time, goodbye.